Oh, okay, I'm recording. It's hard to see with the glare of the sun out here. Anyway, just to show you what a vicious circle I encounter every day, probably because of my own disorganization, but come outside. I originally came outside with the intention of taking some more paint down into the basement, and okay, so it started over there. Yeah, I was going to go down there and start to do something with the shelving that I want to put on that one wall. Uh, Holy mackerel, I just saw some pollen coming off of those trees. Wow, it was filling the air. I didn't realize it could be that bad. No wonder I was sneezing yesterday. Anyway, started over there towards the back of the house, and you're now going to see the disaster the back of the house is. What you see on the walls here is asbestos, concrete asbestos board, or shingles, whatever you want to call them, from 19 late 1940s, early 1950s, when they became vogue after the war. I've been carefully removing them from the house and disposing of them in creative ways over the years, and working my way around the house from the most visible to the less visible. Although I have left the front of the house total disaster area, uh, that still has to be done, and I have my reasons, my vicious circle reasons. I want to rebuild the porch, tear that entire thing off the house where you see the steps going up, the temporary steps that are now 3 years old, and build up a structure 2 floors high with an open deck underneath, and extend the upstairs a little bit, like make a little sunroom off of there, about 14 feet by 10 feet or so, or 12 feet actually. I think I planned all the plans. Everything costs money, and you throw a blood clot or two and it does you in for about 5 years. Anyway, you can see the disrepair of this building has not been maintained for basically well, I was going to say 60 years, but that's not true. Pop used to patch things together a little bit at a time, but his heart was never in it. He hated this place. He always has. Anyway, that's the back entrance to the building, where I come and go from. Usually come down that path between the shed. But anyway, I started to say, I got out here to bring the paint down the basement and continue work on that. And I see the debris around here, so I start raking. The next thing you know, I'm pruning my hollies and working my way around the corner, and lo and behold, the field is now contaminated again with all kinds of debris, even though I took care of it in the fall and again earlier this spring. It's a mess again. Maybe it's not that apparent on the video, but this is my shade garden area for obvious reasons. Shade all around. The sun has a real tough time getting through here, especially once the leaves on that beautiful locust finally start to form, and all the disaster from the property next door. They just let whatever tree grow. Actually, my uncle took about 6 of them down this winter, scrub mulberries and other things, so he could use them for firewood. But there's still a bunch of just decrepit trees, and I don't know, it's depressing. We planted this line of evergreens, what do they use or whatever, coniferous stuff, to try to block out the leaves that blow across here every fall, because I clean the yard spotless, and then they just let their leaves fall and scatter, and they'll make some big piles on the other side of there sometimes if they half-hearted attempt to clean, and then they blow back into my yard. And anyway, that's the story. I came out here, and the next thing I know, I'm raking around the yard. I can't stand to look at it anymore, and some of my daffodils are coming out through debris, so I cleaned some of that up, but I got a long ways to go. And so before the video gets too long, I'm going to show you the back of the house I stripped off about 2 years ago before I got sick. Found this door actually sitting by Simsbury. I was working on the barn or something out there, and some guy was throwing away an old door he had never used. Old new, actually. It was all mildewed and stuff, but it's a Stanley, exactly what I was looking for at the time. This was an old decrepit, boy was it decrepit, the back door, this going into the basement, all coming apart. Here's where all the mice and the chipmunks and stuff were getting into the building. So I dug down and poured myself a nice concrete apron. It's about 800 pounds of concrete. It goes pretty far down. 800, no, what am I saying, about 500. And pinned it to the building. installed this door, which I got for free, like I said. Still haven't sided the back. I was going to try to save the siding, but I don't know, it's all pieced together and, you know, a certain charm to it. But there's project number 20,000. I want to take the top of this off and build a second floor access from the room up above, because the only access is only one staircase to get to the upstairs, and before I would ever rent anything out, it has to be a more suitable exit egress for the second floor. It's not even legal to have two apartments in this place. You know, one downstairs is fine, there's access, but upstairs has always been one little staircase going down the front of the building. It's narrow, well, not that narrow, but it's steep, and if there was ever a fire, I don't know. I mean, the windows I put in are egress windows, so you know, I can jump out a window if I have to. I upgraded all the windows to Andersons tilt down, so they're big enough. Anyway, quickly, this is my entrance into the basement. Okay. Watch out, I hope I don't fall down these stairs. And look at the disaster down here. This used to be real clean and organized, and I am just dragging all kinds of crap back. I installed lighting and stuff, but look at the crap down here. I mean, the theory is good. These these picture windows I took out of a job in Canton a few years back, and I was pricing some out for my sister's home, and it was coming out to like $4,000 to make her a little bay window, you know, for the front of her house. So I saved these, thinking, you know, maybe I could use them over there or some other place, or make a little greenhouse around my raised garden and all this. And the next thing you know, here they sit for 2 years, along with the door there. I just dragged that down from the upstairs, and I have no place to put it. I got to get this all cleaned out, and I've got doors stored over in that corner where I originally set up a little hardware area. It's now so contaminated with debris you can't even get at it. All these were organized with all my tools and nails and all kinds of things, and now look at the disaster. You cannot get at it. I even have a toilet under there that I saved from a Victorian house. Oh, I'm going to have to do some serious cleaning. It's not actually as bad as it looks. A lot of trash containers and stuff in this area, so that'll clean up pretty quick. But a cube refrigerator I got from a law firm for free. Yeah, free. It's probably the most inefficient thing. I'd probably have to just toss that. I may go on eBay and figure out how to use that. Oh, another picture window I saved. Look at this mess, huh? And these long pieces of siding, I have no place to put them. I don't want to cut them. It's cedar. I got a ton of it, not a ton of it, but I got enough to do the back of the building here where I just showed you where we came down. So I of course saved this stuff. I don't throw it away. It costs too much. It's a fortune nowadays. Anyway, I better quickly. I only got 2 minutes left on the video. Brought my fishing tackle box down here today. Hopefully there'll be a place to put it shortly. Ah, there's the truck box. That's the truck box that I saved from the back of the truck with the guy's boat cable in it. We'll never get back. And you can see what happens. Construction. I try not to throw away expensive stuff, but it ends up down here, some of it. And it's not a friendly area, you know, for the... Oh, there's the boiler and the manifold in the back of it for the radiant heat and all that stuff. Anyway, this is the area I'm trying to get to. Oh, I don't have the lights on back there, but maybe you can see from this angle. Yeah, I'm going to build an alcove shelving in here. Not very big, but at least it'll be something. You can see more shelving back in there. All stacked up with... I'm going to go here and turn a light on. This lovely lighting system. Oh. All stacked up with, you can... extra tile from jobs. Hardware. It started out as a hardware area, and it ended up becoming more of a tile area. Pieces and parts of, sinks, and I've got probably about 3 or 4 extra sinks down here. But I save them for family or for my own use. It's like, you know, the reality is, are you going to reuse an old stainless steel sink like that? Stack some tile up in there. Really organized. There's a cabinet I stuck up here yesterday. At least I used the cabinet for something. It's starting to become a paint cabinet. I'll fill that up. That's a step in the right direction, but I've got more cabinets that I saved to hang, and I don't know where the heck to put them, to tell you the truth. I actually should get rid of this whole laundry area. These machines are kind of shot. Dryer still works, but the washing machine was leaking pretty bad. And it's just become a flat place to collect stuff. Oh, It's my stick to get rid of cobwebs. Lovely, huh? Got to bring my vacuum down here. I used to vacuum down here every winter. Oops.